Katty, Konnie, and Loudmouth, Linda, keeping it real, no agenda. Satire, truth, and a whole lot of fun. Politics, crime, we get it all done. From breaking news to a joke or two, we do it our way just for you. We just can't make this stuff up. 1 year strong and we ain't gonna stop. Mic in hand, voices loud, shouting truth, making you proud.
Well, good evening. Well, it's just me because Linda is not feeling well. So everyone say prayers for Linda. She's having a hard time breathing. And to me, that sounds like it could be either pneumonia or bronchitis. So let's say prayers for Linda tonight as we all pile in here. I have got so much to share with everyone tonight. Hey, Whoopi, I've got a good one to show you tonight. And so I think what I want to do, okay, so everyone knows that I'm covering the Carmelo Anthony case pretty close. Since it's my state, right? I think that's only fitting. And somehow, some way, it's turned into a race thing. I don't think it's a race thing. I think personally, you do the crime, you do the time. I don't care what color you are, right? But I want to show this clip real quick. I want to share this clip with you real quick, and then I will go into a few other things. And then we'll cover the floods that's going up in my state. I mean, my state is just popping off, right? And then I'll share a little bit of the floods, what's going on up there. And then I think I will cover a little bit of Diddy here. I got a little bit of tea to follow up on the Diddy thing. So let me start with this first. I want you to hear, hey, KMM, good to see you. I hope everybody had a good 4th of July. It was nice to have the time off, but man, I was excited to come back. So I was just saying that what I want to do is I want to share this clip with you on the Carmelo Anthony thing real quick. And then I'm going to show I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And then I'm going to talk about Diddy a little bit. And then I'll cover with the flooding that's happening in my state. What is going on in my state? I mean, gosh, guys. All right. So let me share this with you real quick. It's pretty unbelievable what this man has to say. So let you hear this and see what you think.
Since I said that, I want to take the time to apologize to Carmelo Anthony's family. And the reason I say that is anybody can go see the video. Why do you think the media outlets ain't promoting to go see this video? You can go up to the school to see it. And if you go up to the school and see it, we all to see this kid will be found not guilty.
Previously on Charleston White getting another thing wrong. Roll a clip.
Black people, I hate that this kid will be sacrificed. But he's not from real, so I don't give a fuck about it. Fuck him. His daddy is a weak nigga to me. Nigga, y'all out here in this $900,000 house rent. These people say y'all got 4 or 5 registered failed businesses, and man, they finna make a mockery out of y'all. But your daddy, nigga, the daddy ain't got nothing to say, and his boy dead. You let the bitch do, nigga, you weak, nigga. That's why the boy weak. You weak, that's why the boy weak. And the mama weak, cause nigga, she doing all this goddamn talking, but he left out of your house with a knife. With a knife. Stay at home, mom.
So you didn't have all the facts, but you were quick to believe he was guilty, when this story never made sense. Here are the quick facts. That incident happened at...
This is what I want you to hear right here.
I met with his father. I've been meeting with his father regularly. I had opportunity to talk, piece him up. He go beat these charges.
He's talking about Carmelo Anthony's father.
So I'm taking knife to school. Fuck him. He didn't take a knife to school. He didn't even know these two white boys. These two white boys just came over there with him because he was with another kid that knew those white boys. So he a new black kid who these big old white boys, big white boys. He a small frame kid. One of the white boys was on that side, one of the white boys on that side. So either way go, they had him blocked in. And these some big white boys. These are some big, violent, aggressive white boys who got guns. And not only that, the one he killed whooped their daddy. See, the daddy coming into the picture playing like he been around. The dad ain't been around. We would think the black dad ain't around. The white dad ain't around.
Who's we? You mean you. You would think that because you do the uncle.
So he a low down dirty cracker.
Cracker ass cracker.
His sons are bullies. They bullying on the kid. They no, because he black. Get from up under the tent. Man, y'all tripping. I ain't going nowhere. And they got a reputation of beating up people. The one he had to stab, he broke his daddy's ligaments. Big old strong cracker.
I'll put my foot in the cracker ass cracker.
He should have killed both of them. He should have killed both them Peckerwoods with a that's minding his motherfucking business, that don't bring harm to nobody. This kid ain't a bad kid. These bully white boys just fuck with the black baby. So now they trying to make it about race. No, it ain't about race. Justice was served when he killed that cracker.
This was always...
Okay, so we're trying to make it about race. Who is trying to make it about race? Who is trying to make it about race? The Metcalf family has not came out and said anything. The only thing that the father said, the Metcalf family said, was he wanted to go and pray with the Anthony family. That was it. That was it. And then later they've pushed the issue. And now Mr. Metcalf said, I would like to see justice served. That's all he said. He's not going in front of people. He's not having interviews. He's not having people speak for his son. He's not doing any of this, right? This is all coming from Carmelo's side. Everything about the race and all this kind of stuff, it's coming from Carmelo's side. So let's just continue on.
Ain't promoting to go see this video. You can go up to the school to see it. And if you go up to the school and see it, we all to see this kid will be found not guilty. But because it's in an all-white town in Crackerville, and they done made it about race.
So before Charleston knew the facts, he said blacks were...
Okay, so he's called it Crackerville. Come on. Who's making it? Who's making it racist here? Who's making it racist? We're not. Crackerville. All these crackers he went on to say that Austin Metcalf had a gun on him. Can you believe that? Austin Metcalf did not have a gun on him. All right. Let's continue here.
Army, because Sarah Fields and the father and somebody who works for the court have been releasing Carmelo Anthony's family information to Sarah Fields. She's been putting it online, and the white folk been going. So they've been having to move. All those lies made up, homie, they can't even get the GoFundMe money. So they hadn't even they can't even touch the goat. So they just trying to smear a campaign, but that's what the crackler do. Boy, I wish I could go back to when I.
Okay. Oh, that was a heck of a place to pause it, wasn't it? All right. Anyway, so he's saying the gifts and go. The GoFundMe. That's because it wasn't GoFundMe. Remember, they had to turn off the GoFundMe. Yeah, they had to turn off the GoFundMe. So it was gifts and go is where they got their money. So come on, Charlie, get your facts straight.
I'm seeing the type of shit. Well, I wish they could have caught me 3 years ago when I was really on my let's go get the cracker shit.
He chat.
See?
And homie, he done worked hard to get to where he at. He not for to put this kind of time and attention beside a son who wrong. I looked the father in the eye when he said that. Homie, why would you come meet with me? All the things I'm advocating for your son to go to jail for a long time. I'm with that family. The spirit I heard in him, I brought him to my home. I gave him my address. Don't know what I'm doing. The wrong. I don't want to be wrong and act like I'm right. Did your son take that knife to school? Nah.
That's a lie.
It's a grown man, homie. He said, man, I done the research on you. I looked into what you do. If my son get out of this, man, I want my son to work with your youth campaign.
All right. I want, right. I want some Ritz crackers and cheese, please, and a Dr. Pepper. And I love Dr. Pepper. So he has a foundation, right? And the Anthony family has gotten all of this money from Gifts and Go. Do you think this man's been paid off a little bit? I do. Because when it first came out, he wasn't talking like this. He was saying, you don't take knives to school, and you don't do this, and you have to pay for what you do, and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And now this is the way he's talking, right? Yeah. I've got a little bit more stuff I want.
My son didn't do this. I got other kids to raise. I'm not for to put, and he really done it. He said he didn't do it, man. It's more things that I can't say. Just go clear this kid. But just the video alone, homie. I said that's why the media outlets ain't saying nothing about the video. That's why all the media outlets is trying to keep us focused on the campaign, on the GoFundMe, and these people can't even touch the GoFundMe. The lawyers is overcharging him because they're looking at the GoFundMe numbers. So everybody is praying on this family. Ain't nobody praying with the family. Shout out to Dr. Umar Johnson. Dr. Umar Johnson.
All right. I think we've heard just about as much of this guy as we can possibly stand. I don't know how you guys feel, but who's making it racist here? Who's making it racist? Okay. Facts are, all right. I've got some stuff that I did my research. By golly, tonight I did my research. The self-defense claim, right? Anthony reportedly said he put his hands on me. All right. He put his hands on me. That doesn't constitute you taking out a knife and using it. Sorry. Okay. Then he said, I was protecting myself. From what? From what were you protecting yourself from? From them asking you to leave the tent? You were protecting yourself? Okay. All right. Whatever. Then he asked the police, is this self-defense? Okay, wait a minute. If you have to ask a police officer if it's self-defense, are you really defending yourself? Is it self-defense? If you have to ask somebody, just saying. Yeah, I do too, Wolfie. I do too. Something was up there. First of all, he was suspended from school for taking a weapon to school. So Anthony wasn't even supposed to be at a school event, period. And he was there. All right. And he was suspended from school for having a weapon. Was he planning on using it at his school? I don't know. I guess nobody got in his face because of his reputation. That's, in my opinion, what I think. I think people are afraid of him. I'm just saying. Who knows? But why did he have a weapon at his school? I'm just saying. All right. He alleged that Metcalf grabbed or pushed him. Well, all right. I'm going to make a comment about that. Metcalf asked him to leave the tent. And Carmelo said, "Touch me and see what happens to you." Well, I was a teenager at one time, and if somebody would have opened that door up, I might have touched somebody. I might have just, out of aggravation, touched them. Not pushed them or shoved them or punched them, but I might have just poked them and said, "Okay, touch now, what's going to happen? Are you going to magically turn into a dragon or what?" You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, there you go. There you go. And then Anthony used a knife to stab once in the chest, piercing the heart. All right. So everybody knows the anatomy. You have your breastplate here. Do you know how hard you would have to hit somebody to penetrate the heart? Just saying. Just saying. So do you think that he was really in risk of bodily harm? Do you think that he was using the same force as Metcalf was going to use the same kind of force he did? Was he in that much danger? Things to think about. Was the lethal force the same? No, it wasn't. And did Carmelo Anthony have a duty to retreat or have any other alternatives? So could he have just left? Could he just grabbed his backpack and walked away? Or did he have to do what he did? Was he in that much danger? I don't believe so. So, in looking at this case and doing the dive and everything else, I thought, is there any cases, because this is crazy, this case is absolutely insane. And I wanted to know, was there any cases that were anywhere similar to this case? And there were 3. All right. The first one was Abel Sendero from the Bronx of New York in 2017. Sendero, a 17-year-old high school student, brought a knife to school after years of being bullied. During an in-class altercation, he fatally stabbed classmate Matthew McCree and injured another. Sendero claimed self-defense, stating he feared being jumped. There was no video evidence. The court ruled his response was excessive and sentenced him to 14 years for manslaughter. Key takeaway: even if bullied, using a knife fatally in school without an imminent deadly threat undermines a self-defense claim. Okay. All right. So this kid's been bullied forever. and he decided he was going to take it in his own hands. And he got 14 years for manslaughter. All right. Well, and everybody knows the Kyle Rittenhouse story. Rittenhouse 17 brought an AR-15 rifle to a protest during unrest in Kenosha. He shot and killed 2 people and injured another, claiming self-defense, saying he was chased and attacked. Multiple video angles showed him retreating and being assaulted. The jury acquitted him of all charges. Key takeaway: self-defense was upheld because of the clear video evidence, visible threats, and use of force being seen was proportional. Okay? That's why Kyle Rittenhouse got off. The videotapes showed it all. He tried to get away. He tried to leave. He tried to make, and they just kept following him. All right. Last but not least, Zimmer bigot attacker, St. Louis, Missouri, 2014. Beckett, a Bosnian American man, was attacked by a group of teens with hammers. One teen claimed they feared retaliation and tried to argue self-defense. The court rejected this, citing that the attackers initiated the violence and the victim had no weapon. The teen was convicted of second-degree murder. Key takeaway: initiating violence and failing to show imminent threat to life invalidates self-defense. So these kids went over there with hammers and beat him, and they tried to say it was self-defense when they're the ones with the hammers. It's not self-defense if you have a weapon and the other person doesn't. Just proving my facts here. Just proving my facts. It doesn't have anything to do with race. Race needs to be taken off the table. It doesn't need to be in this case. It needs to go away. All right? Plain and simple. Case closed. He needs to go up on his trial, which we will be watching. Race needs to go away. The bottom line was Carmelo didn't want to leave. Carmelo didn't want to leave the tent. He didn't want to be bullied, and he didn't want to be told what to do. And he knew that he had no one there to defend him. So he was trying to save face. That's the way I look at it, in my own opinion. He couldn't, it was a losing battle. What he should have done is just picked up his backpack and walked away. Plain and simple. But instead he had to be Billy Badass, and this is where he's at. It has nothing to do with race. Not one thing to do with race. All right. You like my coverage on the Carmelo Anthony? Getting a little better at this. Anyway, yeah, that was horrific. I am so sick and tired of hearing the race card called on every single thing. Every time I turn around, it's about race. No, it's not about race. You do the crime, you do the time. I don't care what color you are. Purple, green, yellow, whatever. I don't care. You do the crime, you do the time. All right. Now, I'm going to touch on Diddy real quick, because then I want to follow up with this flood stuff, and then we can. It doesn't start until 2026. But he has a pre-hearing on the 27th of July, which we will follow. And then we have Diddy tomorrow, his pre-sentencing about 1 o'clock. I got driving Miss Daisy in the morning, so I'm hoping to get back here in time. and catch it with you. If not, I will be here in the afternoon and we'll discuss all about that. But I'm going to follow up with some stuff here that was pretty interesting. And then we've got the 20, what did I tell you guys? The 20 something, I even wrote myself a note. We have the sentencing hearing for Brian Kohlberg. Or I just want to call him Kohlberg. I don't want to call him Kohlberger. Anyway, so we're going to follow up on that too. So July is going to be a busy month. The 2nd of August, what is going on the 2nd? 4th of August. There's a trial that I would like to check into, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. I just heard about it. Unbelievable where the United States, these people, it's unbelievable. These people. Anyway, let's talk about Diddy for a minute. All right. Everybody remember that in the Diddy trial, they took some stuff off. Remember, it was like they charged him for, they were trying to get him for bribery, and they were trying to get him for extortion and all this stuff, right? Remember? And then they removed those. See, the jury never got to see those charges because the prosecution removed those offenses. Remember? And everybody was like, why are they taking stuff away from this trial? Why is the prosecution dropping charges? All right. Well, after looking into everything, Diddy has actually, guys, he has a clear record, right? He's never been convicted of anything. But that doesn't mean that he hasn't gone to trial on a lot of different things. Okay? Think about that. Diddy has beat the system on so many different charges that they just disappear. Because he's never been convicted. So by dropping these charges off of this case means the charges can be brought back, right? Right? He was never judged on those charges. So they can bring those charges back. And they can have another case. What John Gotti, which they finally found him guilty after 4 times, guys. It took 4 times. 4 times in court to put John Gotti behind bars for life. Think about that. If you think back, it took 3 cases for R. Kelly. He wasn't sent away after this first case, right? They had to have a couple shots at him. But this is different. All right. According to law and guidelines, sentencing guidelines, the state judges have to follow the guidelines, the sentencing guidelines. But according to the laws I just read, federal judges don't have to follow those guidelines. That's all they are, is merely guidelines. It's a starting point for them. They can add time. What they can do is whatever the maximum is. So I'm going to be, it's going to be interesting tomorrow. The maximum for what he's done is 10 years per crime. Do you think the judge is happy with the way the defense has carried on this case? Do you think he feels respected in his courtroom? While Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod was over there doing his thing with the jury, going, Hi, baby. Huh? You think? You think that he feels respected in his court? I don't think so. And I think that the judge is a little irritated. So that may play a little bit into it. But then you know what? He's going to look at where Diddy had this big, long sheet of charges that he's never been found guilty on. He's beat the system this many times. He's been brought before a judge this many times, and he's never been convicted. He's going to take all of this stuff into consideration. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see. I think Diddy's going to do a little bit of time, but this is what I'm going to say. I don't think the feds are done with him yet. And when he's found guilty on the Mann Act, which he was, that opens it up, right? That opens it up that there is no time as far as expiration time. People can come in 20 years ago and say, this is what Diddy did to me. And they can bring a new round of witnesses in. And the one spouting off the most right now is Little Rod. He said, I watched the interview with him and he said, there were so many things they did not bring to court that I gave them. And he said, and my time's coming. My time in court's coming. So I'm just saying, buckle up. I think there's going to be another trial. I think that, in my opinion, I think what's going to happen is the judge is going to give Diddy so much time while waiting a new trial. What do you think? They dropped the gun charges. Why? Everyone knows that if you take and you rub off the serial numbers, that's a crime in itself. Automatically. But they're gone. That was some of the charges that they dropped. Why? So they can bring him up in another case. In my own personal opinion. And this time, Diddy's not going to go to court with a clean record, right? Now Diddy goes to court as a felon. Is that going to change things a little bit? It might. Yeah. You know what, KMM, I saw that too. Come on. They're covering up for people. And I'm telling you right now, that man is not gone. That man is still roaming this earth alive and well. And he's in the witness protection program because he knew people and had dirt on people in high places. And I don't believe, and he was really tight with the Clintons. So I don't believe for 1 second he's gone. Sorry. Someday, somewhere, somehow, it's going to come out just like it did on Hitler, right? Oh, Hitler was gone. Hitler died in that bomb shelter. No, he didn't. They found out later that he was over in Austria or wherever, right? And he lived to be 62 years old or whatever and had kids. I'm telling you right now. Jeffrey Boy is wandering the face of this earth right now. He is. And they're going to find him. One of these days, it's going to come up. This is the DNA or whatever. You watch. You mark my words. It's going to come forward. So there's a case out there right now. And I don't know if you guys know about it. So I'm just going to kind of basically, does everybody know about the Carmela case? It's like Formella case. Her name is Christina Formella. Have you guys heard about it? It's supposed to go to court August, maybe that was the August 4th. Yeah, it's supposed to go in hearing. Okay, well, let me tell you a little bit about this case that I don't know why it triggered me, but I would like to know what's going on with it. Her name is Christina Formella. She's a teacher. She's a teacher at, okay, she's a special education teacher and a soccer coach at the Downers Grove South High School in Illinois. A special ed teacher. Take that. Remember that. Yeah. All right. She was arrested on March 16th after the student's mother discovered explicit text messages on his phone. She wrote, "I love you so much, baby." Now, take in mind, this is a special ed kid. All right? All right. She's facing, okay, so the abuse allegedly occurred from January 2023 to August, September 2024, starting when the student was 14 to 15 years old. Charges include, ready? Charges include 20 counts of criminal sexual assault, 20 of aggravated sexual abuse, 6 indecency solicitations, 6 grooming, and totaling 55 counts. Allegedly, 50 to 55 sexual encounters, mainly on school grounds, sometimes at her home. And then it tells the message, "I love you so much, baby." So, this woman, okay, this woman was released on bond, a $5,000 bond, by the way. And she has to wear an ankle monitor. And she can't have any contact with minors or the victims. Well, my God, I would hope she can't have any contact with minors, right? I mean, that's a given. All right. The next court hearing is August 4th, and it goes before Judge McPherson. So, 55 accounts on special needs children. Wrap your brain around that. Special needs children. I can't wrap my brain around it because I can't see anyone being that sick. Not that sick. And you know what? If you can't find anybody your own age, if you can't, yeah, that roll up, it's disgusting. Kim, I know she said that she was set up. She's actually a very pretty girl, lady, but 55 accounts is a lot to be set up on. I'm just saying, I'm just looking at the accusations. We will watch and see, right? We'll watch and see exactly where it goes. Because you know what? If it's true, and she was an attractive woman, and she was a newlywed on top of it. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that incredible? She was a newlywed. Yes, she's a very sick woman. Well, she's a newlywed. What is that, a cover up? I don't know. It's disgusting. And we're going to watch and see. Yeah, I bet that was a short marriage. I bet you he said, "Oh my God, you're disgusting. I'm out of here." Crazy. It is. It's disgusting. Look where our world is gone. What? I mean, like I told you before, there's a black swirling cloud all over this world right now. And all of the evil is trying to do its thing. And we just got to pray. I mean, the best weapon you have is prayer, because it's crazy and it's sick. Oh, is he standing? And he's standing by her? Well, boy, she's got him whipped, doesn't she? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean it like that. But I mean, I do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do, Whoopi. We definitely need God in our lives. Absolutely. Every minute, every day. You know? I woke up this morning, looked outside, and said, "What a beautiful day," and I'm so glad to be in it. And I'm so glad. Okay, so now let's cover these floods in my state. I am 3 hours away from the Guadalupe River. It's right there in the hill country, right by San Antonio's where it's at. I have floated the Guadalupe. Yeah, in an inner tube. And I couldn't have gotten off. I mean, it was a long, and it wasn't moving fast, and the river wasn't going very fast, and it seemed like forever before I was ever going to get off that river. So believe me and that river have a lot of, yes, Guadalupe does mean Valley of Wolves. Yes, it does. Yep, yep. And Amanda Grace said there would be a flood or in the valley, they were the demonic forces were sending out wolves into the valley. Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's horrifically heartbreaking. Now let me tell you, let's really go into how heartbreaking it is. So up by the Guadalupe, that's where a lot of the church camps are. Hello, Gloria Jean. Yes, Amanda is very gifted. So a lot of the church camps are up and along this river, right? The Guadalupe River has never flooded like this, ever. The Refugio River has flooded. And there was another one that was in like 1990 something. That wasn't the Guadalupe. That was a different river also that flooded one time and did some horrible damage. But the Guadalupe has never done like this. And what happened was, in my opinion, okay, here we go. Let me go to my opinion here, because I don't want to be pointing any fingers or anything. But how many times have I told you? How many times have I told you that I believe that our government manipulates the weather? How many times have I said that? The cloud seeding is coming out all over the place right now. And cloud seeding is one thing. If you find a little cloud that isn't no big thing, and you put a little seeding in it, and it does a little tiny little drizzle or whatever. But you find these clouds that have a whole lot of rain in them, and you seed them. What do you think you're going to get? You're going to get what you asked for. You're going to get a torrential downpour. All right? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And I believe that's what happened here. I believe these clouds were seeded. And I believe right now Marjorie Taylor Greene has got a bill going in court saying no more weather manipulation. All right. All right. So no more. No more. How long have you been doing it? They said it was all conspiracy theory. They were manipulating the weather. Think about that. Oh, now we're going to come forward and say no more. There's a man that, and you can check it out if you want to check out YouTube. Just put in there the Rainmaker. That's his business. He figured out how to do it, and now he's got a business. You know, this you do when you mess with God's plan and you mess with with Mother Nature. God put this earth and takes care of it, and he knows what he's doing, and he knows how much rain he needs to put where. Quit trying to play God. It never comes out right. It never comes out right. Don't play God. You start playing God and everything goes awry. I had to say that. Sorry. It was heavy on my heart. And this is what man is doing. The Tower of Babel didn't work out for you. Didn't work out for you. So you should have learned right there. Is man that dense? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? All right. So I looked it up. Because you know me. Got to know. Inquiry minds got to know. Right? What is the difference between what happened in Asheville, North Carolina, and what happened up here at the Guadalupe? Anybody got any ideas? It's actually very fascinating how you compare the two. So Asheville got about the same amount of rain as the Guadalupe got. That's why they flooded, right? The Guadalupe got 12 inches, okay, guys, 12 inches of rain in 48 hours. 12 inches of rain in 48 hours. That's just buckets. In fact, I think somebody even went on to say that it came out to be so many millions of gallons, billions of gallons of rain. All right. So Kerrville started July 4th to the 5th, got 10 to 12 inches, up to 13 inches, a few hours in a few hours. Asheville was from a hurricane, right? And it got 9.87 in 2 days. In 2 days. In Kerrville County, the flash flooding in early July was driven by intense rainfall over a very short period. Approximately 10 to 12 inches of rain fell within just a few hours on July 4th and the 5th. Some rural spots, radars estimated even hit 13 inches. Similar totals of 10 to 15 inches were confirmed to have fallen in 24 hours, overwhelming the Guadalupe River. All right. By contrast, Asheville, North Carolina hasn't seen anything close to that kind of downpour recently, but the last major event, Hurricane Helene, in September dropped 9.87 inches of rain over 2 days, breaking the city's 2-day record. In more routine storms like Tropical Storm Fred in 2021, Asheville recorded 10 to 12 inches over a 48-hour span. So see, it has happened there, but that's not what happened during Helene. outcome. The sudden nature of Kerr's downpour overwhelmed the environment almost instantaneously. Asheville's slower events through dangerous allowed more natural runoffs and gives warning time to relay. So in Asheville, they had more of a relay. They had more time to get out. They had more time to do. It just downpoured on them. They couldn't leave. There's still 23 girls that are missing. They haven't found them. I pray they find them. They were from that church camp. They had an interview with one of the girls that was 16 or 17 years old, and she was talking and right, no weather sirens. It just came all of a sudden. There was a little boy, he was 8 years old. I think he was 8 years old. And he said he was in one of the cabins, and he said the water was rising in the cabin. And he said everyone started screaming, "Get out, start swimming." He swam out of there. 8 years old. But he got to high ground. This other girl was up on a higher, up higher on the river, and she got out. But she said, all the people I hugged the night before, I don't know where they're at. This is how fast it can come and it can take you. I mean, something to think about. How fast something can come on us. And if the government doesn't quit playing with the rain and trying to play God, don't be seeding the hurricanes out there. I know good and well they were seeding the hurricanes last year. We had one that was almost a 6, and that's unheard of. Right. See, there you go, Donna. I'm telling you. They seeded this thing. They made this thing. And I think that they drum up these hurricanes. They're out there and they're spinning, and then they think they can seed them, and it's going to come in just a little stronger. You know what? You don't know what Mother Nature is going to do with that. You don't know what God's plan is for that. And all you can, and what you're going to intensify it, because why? You have no control over the weather. Man needs to realize that there's some things he just doesn't have control over, and he needs to keep his hands out of it. They need to keep their hands out of God's work. Just saying. They need to stop. So, I did my research tonight. I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. We'll be here to watch Diddy. Diddy did it, Diddy do. Yeah, hands off the weather. That's what I say. Marjorie Taylor Greene has a law right now that she's trying to pass up in Congress. Keep your hands off the weather. No more weather manipulating. What do you mean no more? How long have you been doing it? Everyone said it was a conspiracy theory. Said that it never happened. Come on. What other kind of stuff are you hiding from us? What other stuff are you hiding from us? Don't worry. We'll find out. We'll hold you accountable for it. Because you know what? You play God, and we get to play jury. Right? That's the way I look at it. You did it, and now we get to tell you where you were wrong in doing it. Because it's not right. It's not right. Girl Apple, the blue rain. Okay, no. Think about it. The blue rain is what they seed the clouds with this blue blue liquid, and I used to know what the name of it was, but anyway, so when it rains blue. The raindrops are blue. It's evidence that they're playing with our weather. And you know what? What is that? What does that stuff do to our waters? What does that stuff do to us? I thought that I thought RFK was going to save us from all this crazy stuff that they're trying to kill us with. Yeah. Yeah, Donna, come on. No client list? Right. Right. I'll tell you what. If you don't believe there's no client list, then I got some swampland I want to sell you in Florida. Because you know what? There's a client list. They just don't want it to come out. I'm sorry. But you know what? They just don't want us to know. There's names on there they don't want us to know. You know what? I do too. You know what, Royal Apple? I do too. I hope it all comes out. Oh, rainy days are always get me down. Rainy days are wonderful when you're in a drought, which I don't think we're in a drought right now, because do you guys realize that where that came, we have what they call the watershed, and that's what feeds all of us down here. And yeah, it poured on the watershed. So I don't think we're in a drought anymore. That is exactly it, Whoopi, right there. You hit the nail on the hammer. See, here's the thing. If Epstein has all the politicians on his list, right? And Diddy has all the entertainers on his list. Hey, KMM, I watched a movie. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Angel Channel, and I can't remember what it was called, doggone it. But it just came out, and it was with Wisconsin, and the guy was a big Packer fan. It was really good. I just wanted to tell you, I thought about you while I was watching. It was an amazing movie. Yeah, we're going to find out. We're going to find out who's who, what's what, and who's covering what. It's all going to come out. 2025 is going to be the year of the unveiling. So we are just in July. How much stuff have we learned since January? Quite a bit. A lot. Yeah. Oh, did you see it? Green and Gold. Oh my God, it was so good. I loved it. It was so good. Yeah, so much has came out since January. I mean, it's crazy. The things when you really get to looking at it. And we still got months to go. What else can they surprise us with? I tell you, I wake up in the morning and I think you can't surprise me any more than you already have. Oh, guess what? I guess you can. Because you did it again. Now, see? Remember when she was at lunch with, Pam Bondi was at lunch with her friend and somebody overheard her say, what did she say? She said, we've been going through all these tapes and there's so much to cover and so much. Remember? And she had to start backpedaling when they called her out on it. It's coming. It's coming, whether you wanted to or not. Just like that flood, it's coming. And we're going to see who's on that list. And we're going to see. And tomorrow's going to be extremely interesting because I got all my stuff written down. If you guys think that Diddy's going to do some time, I'm telling you. Yeah, somebody will. They will. They will. I guess money talks. You can get people to do all kinds of things for a couple bucks. You can wear, for $20 you can go wear a puff shirt. Oh, and by the way, did you guys hear that after the trial, and he was acquitted on most of them, people were out there spraying baby oil at each other? What? What? Why? Why? Because you're defiant? And because you're belligerent? Why are you spraying baby oil at each other? Nasty. It is nasty. It is nasty. It's all right. It's all right. You know what they always say? They are stupid, Royal Apple. And you know what I've got to say? This is what I've got to say. Like and subscribe on your way out the door because my hour's almost up. But what I'm going to say is Diddy's going to do a little more time than people. I think it's going to be shocking because I've been shocked on so many occasions recently, and I think we're in for a shock. I think we're in for a big shock because I think this judge is irritated, and I think this judge is going to say, you know what, the guidelines are this, but it's 10 years per account. And I think maybe I'll just give him 10 years for each one of them. Just saying. We'll see. It's going to be interesting because they think they have won. And all the inmates were all clapping. Yay, Diddy, you did so great. You beat the feds. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You never beat the feds. You never beat the feds. If they want you, they will come after you, and they will keep coming after you. And Diddy, you're in there. Hi, Spudsy. You know what? Better late than never. Diddy's in their crosshairs. I'm telling you right now. Diddy is in their crosshairs. And they're not done with him yet. Yeah, see? You know what? That's another one too. We're going to watch that woman really close because I've got news for you. If you will torture and kill animals like that, like she did, what would you do to a human? Just saying. I'm just saying. I don't trust anybody that will beat or abuse. Speaking of, before I get off here, because all kinds of stuff. You know that my daughter had a dog that passed away while she was on vacation, and I had to take care of that. Right? Well, this morning she came running over. She has 2 dogs, and they were older. They had, she has 2 older dogs, and the one passed away while she was on vacation. And, I'm not really sure, Woofy. Donna Woofy's asking where in Indy. And, so anyway, she came over this morning and the other dog had gotten out, and that's the one that has seizures and stuff. And we hunted the neighborhood, and we hunted 2 blocks, and we hunted everywhere. And she was crying, and it was horrible. And I was looking for this dog. And finally, they just built a brand new humane society, or whatever you want to call it, the dog pound. And we decided to go check it out. And there he was. And he'd only been there a few minutes. And I said, okay, come on, jailbird, you're going home with us. So, now he's a jailbird. Now he's got a rap sheet because he was naughty. And he's such a good dog, but he was naughty, and now he's got a rap sheet. So he must have learned from Diddy to how to get a rap sheet. Donna, Wolfie is asking you where that woman is in Indy that's torturing the dogs and cats. I don't know how. I think she's still here. There you go, Wolfie. There you go. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for spending time with me here. I really appreciate it. Tomorrow we'll spend some more time, and let's see what old the diddler gets, old little itty bitty demon Diddy. Remember to like, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe. But like on your way out the door, and I love you all. I missed you guys. I'm glad I'm back. Say a prayer for Linda. She's not feeling good. I don't know what it is. Hope she gets to feeling better soon. And I will see you guys tomorrow afternoon. Love you. Take care.
From shady news to crime so rough, you already know we just can't make this stuff.